Good morning, everyone. My name is Rick Noda, founder of T3 Body, and your host for T3 Talks, where we tighten, tactical, and transition. Well, as we're developing the T3 Talks format, you guys know that, I'm here basically once a week with my information about biological or fitness and, my perspective as a Marine veteran. I also have Dr. Matt Parker come in with his bedside manner, and we talk about common physical therapy questions that he receives in his office here and here at T3 Body. Also, we've got our wellness coordinator, Armando, who comes in with that social aspect with that 1% Better program. Now, I've got to tell you, this gentleman over here to my left, all right, we have a good history because our daughters actually, we met when they were in basically a freshman in high school. Mm-hmm. So our oldest daughters met in high school. But since that time, his oldest daughter has worked with me, all right? His youngest daughter has already, and my daughter have graduated from high school. And one of the things that Adam and I have done is really, as friends, have really learned from each other. He's shown me a lot of different things about the moon. One of the coolest things that I've ever done with Mr. Adam is doing a sweat, and he'll talk a little bit more about that because what I told him after the fact, is when I was stuck in the sweat, I was in the sweat because you can't move, all right? I don't mean stuck, but I was in the sweat, and I got a cramp. And I was like, there was me in the fire. And there was like 4 other people, and they were connected. And I went back to my Marine Corps training right there. I says, you just got to relax. And that cramp went away. But everything in my power, I wanted to go like Hulk smash. And I wanted to come out of this, kind of stomp on the fire and get out like, oh, cramp. But again, that spiritual connection, that strong body, strong mind, kind heart put me through that. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the new segment, which is called Grounding with my friend, Mr. Adam. Yay!
Yay! Great to be here, Brother Rick.
Nice. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Mr. Adam, and what you do, and just, the cool stuff.
Yeah, well, it's great to be here. Good morning. Greetings to everyone. And thanks for having me, Brother Rick. And,
nice.
My name's Adam Uribe. Grew up here in Southern California, San Diego. And a lot of what I'd like to talk about is my connection to the ocean. I am a father, like he said, and I grew up here. I'm indigenous, native, so he was talking about the sweat lodge as something very sacred. It's hard to explain to people. They probably think we're crazy. Like I was listening to him.
Crazy.
If I didn't know about it, I'd probably think he's crazy. But there's a lot of things we learn in that little space about ourselves. Helps us go inside, and very grounding. We sit right on the earth. And so anyways, I want to talk a little bit about myself, and I want to talk about how I got connected to the ocean. And I spent a lot of time with my dad, and one time we were down in Old Mexico, and my dad's a farmer, and he farms traditionally, old style, and he's also mixed some modern day styles in with it, all organic, naturally organic. Didn't really even back in those days, it wasn't something you claimed. It's just something that is
it was the way you did it.
Yeah, and when you wanted to eat something, well, you grew it, or you would have to get it, the good stuff. And still it's like that today. And so we were down there, and it was by this beach, a place called Punto Conejo in Baja, and a really good farming place. Really
Point of the rabbit is what that means.
Yeah, I don't know why they call it that, but it was a good wave, and there were some people there seeing me really loving the water, and I was like 8 years old, and they gave me a surfboard, and I didn't know how to use it, or knew what it was, but didn't know, it was the beginning of something that changed my life. And so from that point, I started to learn about the ocean, and now I'm 47, and I'm going to be 48.
High five, baby. High five, baby. High five.
August,
nice.
And I've come a long ways with surfing and learning about the ocean. And that's one of the main things is that I would like to talk about is our connection to the ocean. And, it's a fun place. It's also a scary place.
Yep.
And so me personally, I've developed a relationship with it through these 40 years that I've been frolicking in the water,
Yeah.
I've had some scary experiences, let me tell you. And I know there's a lot of people out there that, scared to death of it. And I've come to find that it's probably the most powerful force on this earth.
I'll tell you, I've got to agree because, if you talk about a hardened Marine or whatever you want to call me or whatever, I respect the ocean, just like anything. But with Adam's help, I've learned to really become a little bit more understanding of the ocean. I mean, understanding that, again, like we were talking about before, that we know very little about the ocean. You know, as humans, we spend a lot of time on our smartphones looking up things that really add no value to us. And then I use something that's, you know, that's kind of not funny, but then we hear about the turtles and the straws, and then the guy next to you is going to rip your head off because you have a straw. Well, there's so much other things you can do, you know, to help with the ocean, learn about the ocean. Yeah, starting a straw or some of the plastic things is one of them. But you know what? How about getting on a board? How about getting out there and just listening to it? You know, we do a lot of meditation where we go to stone steps, we go to these places, and really for the first 5 minutes, just let it romance you. Just let the shores go. Now, that development and understanding of the ocean led you to create a company. So you founded a company that's kind of cool. Tell me a little bit about, kind of like on accident, how you kind of did that, or we call it accidentally on purpose. T3 Body, you guys, is a company and a fitness company that really talks about the complete athlete. When I talk about our motivation inspires you to be better, all right, as a non-for-profit that supports military veterans that suffer from mental health issues, I really enjoy the support you guys are giving me here on YouTube. But again, I am seeking clients on my T3 Body. So if you go ahead and take a look at my website, understand that the intimacy of getting to know you starts with just 30 minutes motivation. So you go on there, you sign up for one of those, you get a one-on-one remote talk with me just like this. Then I encourage you to go and look at one of my training plans, download a 4 to 8 week training plan, and really kind of just test your body, test yourself, and just really start to get yourself ready to then do the next thing, is where you get 4 or 5 of your friends together and dare yourself to be better, where there you have a little bit more of my information along with my training plan. You get some remote sessions with me regardless of where you're at. You notice if you're watching me on YouTube right now, you can hear my voice and I can train you, all right? And that 45-day dare is a great way to just see and challenge yourself to really do the final thing, is become a member. Being a member with me is a commitment, and it's made for just an elite amount of people. So when I talk about membership here, I really talk about a really, you know, elite group of individuals who really understand our core values of God, country, family, and really live by and have really adopted where our motivation inspires them to be better. So I wanted to touch on that, you guys, and really use that so that individuals like yourself who are getting better and inspiring others that understand that, you know what, we do need your support to keep everything going.